Just look at those powerful winds. Ida bringing torrential rain, wind, and dangerous storm surge, impacting millions of people in the Gulf Coast. It was just downgraded to a tropical storm after hitting Louisiana as a Category 4 hurricane. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us on this Monday. I'm Stella Escobedo.
I'm Eric Connor. So glad you are with us here. At least one person has storm. It has also knocked out power in New Orleans. CBS News correspondent Michael George in New Orleans' French Quarter with more on this massive storm.
Ida inundated coastal Louisiana with a heavy and dangerous storm surge overnight. This woman's car ended up halfway submerged as she was trying to reach her father.
Steady. Leave your damn house. Take a left like you're going on Pontchartrain, like you're getting on the interstate to go to the city.
Pastor Joseph Durant has his whole family in the car after his house flooded.
And before we got barricaded in, I said it'd be a good idea that we get out of there. The roof had already caved in. Half the apartments had already caved in.
Yesterday, Ida made landfall as a Category 4 hurricane in Lafourche Parish. It came exactly 16 years to the day Hurricane Katrina hit the region.
Oh my God!
Ida packed winds of up to 150 miles per hour, destroying this neighborhood in Lockport, ripping roofs off buildings, and knocking down power lines. Here in New Orleans, the entire city lost power after all transmission lines were down. Still, officials remain confident that the changes they made since Katrina could prevent a repeat of the disastrous result we saw 16 years ago.
Now is the time that we have been preparing for.
The city spent $14 billion upgrading its levee system to handle storms such as Ida. President Biden approved emergency declarations for Louisiana and Mississippi.
And we also have a crew on the ground in New Orleans tracking Ida right now.
Yeah, News 8's Evan Arani and our photojournalist Julio Vasquez showed us the issues they're dealing with power in the region. Take a look.
Yo, Julio. How you feeling?
This is nuts, man.
Boy, yeah, this was the scene last night. They tell us at one point they had a generator that was up for a bit. The generator's inside the hotel they're staying at. Then when they were walking through the hallway, it suddenly went dark. Evan and Julio used a camera light to get back to their hotel room. So even though it is no longer a Category 4 hurricane, it is bringing a lot of rain, a lot of devastation. And as daylight comes up, we're going to see more of what is going on there, Netta.
New Orleans is a huge city to be without power.
Yeah,
wow.
A million people right now without power. And listening to the Lieutenant Governor was talking to our CBS affiliate there, and he was saying that's a big issue because it's hot. So you still have, once the storm goes through, people who are senior citizens in their homes without power. They need to get them out of those homes. They can't, withstand that heat that they'll be dealing with. It's a hot, humid kind of climate there, and that's why these hurricanes get so strong. It basically churned its way through a swampland. We just saw the live shot from Biloxi, Mississippi, where you can basically hardly see any of it. The rain is coming down very heavily, and right now just south of New Orleans in a community called Lafitte, there's about 200 people or so that they are working to rescue. Their roads are flooded. That storm surge, the rain, causing major issues there in the aftermath of what's happening with the rainfall. But you see where the east side of the storm is, all of that heavy rain through Mississippi and Alabama, and you know what? All of this is headed towards the northeast. We have all of these warnings in effect, tornado warnings in effect right now, and it's going to continue to work its way to the New England states. Eric.
Just turning now to the latest from Afghanistan this morning, officials say as many as 5 rockets were fired at Kabul's airport. The rockets were shot down by U.S. defense systems. There were no reports of casualties or who was responsible. Now, this comes after U.S. airstrikes took out 2 high-profile ISIS-K targets, and 3 children were killed in that strike. Tomorrow is the deadline for the U.S. to withdraw from Afghanistan. And the bodies of U.S. service members killed in the Kabul airport attack back on U.S. soil this morning. President Biden joined grieving families at Dover Air Force Base for the dignified transfer of the 13 fallen heroes. 10 of the 13 killed were based at Camp Pendleton, including 9 U.S. Marines and 1 sailor. These service members gave their lives to help with the evacuation effort in Afghanistan. In one of her last posts on social media, Marine Sergeant Nicole G. posted a photo holding an Afghan child in her arms. The caption read, "I love my job." And this morning, a memorial continues to grow outside the gates of Camp Pendleton. As we mentioned, 10 of the fallen service members were based here. People are traveling from across San Diego County and beyond to drop off flowers and cards by the main gate there. And if you'd like to help the families of the fallen service members, we have links to 2 of their GoFundMe pages posted on our website, cbs8.com.
And thank you to our service members. You have until today to register to vote by mail in the recall election for California governor. Forms picked up at the registrar's office must be postmarked by 5 p.m. today, or forms can be filled out on the registrar's website through midnight. If you miss the deadline, you can still visit a voting location to register conditionally and vote provisionally through Election Day. Well, today is a big day for tens of thousands of families in the San Diego Unified School District. It is the first day of class.
This year, students, of course, will need to wear a mask both indoors and outdoors. News 8's Chris Groh is live at Mira Mesa High School with what we need to know here. In masks or no masks, or as long as they have to wear them, I don't think they mind, because they weren't even in the classroom last year, right?
A lot of kids are going to be excited to get back into classrooms to see maybe not the full faces of their friends, but to see their friends in person at a time in which a lot of kids just want to get some semblance of normal back. And yes, the big change here is that masks need to be worn outdoors, but the reason why, to help keep kids in the classroom. Take a listen.
What we really want to do is make sure that students are not in a situation where they're close to somebody for, say, longer than 15 minutes without a mask. Because if they're in that situation and then they are found by contact tracers to be in contact with somebody who tests positive, they'd have to isolate at home.
And so masks have to be worn indoors and outdoors except for times during PE and while eating. Now, the good thing is students can get mask breaks when they're outdoors. They just need to stay 6 feet away from their classmates. And as you heard SD School Board President Richard Burr lay out there, the hope is that kids won't have to miss much or any school if they come into close contact with a COVID positive classmate. Now, the district has also done a lot of work on inside these schools. They've upgraded their HVAC filtration systems, added hand washing systems, and upped their cleaning protocols. Teachers are also either required to get vaccinated or get tested regularly for COVID-19. But of course, the focus has been on masks. That has been a pretty divisive issue, not just here in San Diego, across California and across the country. And we have seen constant pushback for any mask mandates for kids from the group Let Them Breathe.
San Diego Unified, they did kind of dangle the carrot of saying that if masks are worn outdoors, then students might be eligible for modified quarantine. But the problem is they're already being more restrictive with their quarantining protocol than CDPH requires. So we're seeing a lot of these school districts, kids already out of class, being overly quarantined because they're being even more restrictive than CDPH.
And look, as for the actual kids, the students that are here at Mira Mesa High School, we're already starting to see some of them arrive. We know that there's going to be several events kind of leading up to that first bell just after 8 a.m., but already we're seeing kids in the parking lot getting ready for school. Gotta imagine it's going to be super exciting because, Eric, as we've been pointing out all morning, these kids haven't been in a classroom for an entire school year for quite some time. And I have a feeling they're going to be pretty excited about getting back into it, even if it is the first day. I know some people have those first day jitters, but I know a lot of excitement as well, too.
Oh, totally. Yeah, give yourself plenty of time because there's going to be a lot of people on the roads today.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Chris, thank you. So the Borrego Springs Unified School District also returning today. Big congratulations to you as well. And we want to see your back to school photos. Give you a shout out on the air. Yeah,
send us your pictures and don't forget to include a little message and we'll share them on the air. Just go to the News 8 app, click on the Near Me button in the lower right hand corner and upload your photo or video of your kids going back to school. You think about it, I mean, you see your close friends over the past year, but a lot of your other classmates, they haven't seen these kids and these faces in like a year or so.
It's exciting time, right? I know you get to finally see your friends face to face, eyes high at least. And then for the parents, those hugs are going to be a little bit, I'm sure a little longer, lingering on the first day. But then you send them off to a pretty good looking day, I would say, weather-wise. So, hey, low 70s to start off. If you're headed to the bus stop this morning, there is some patchy fog. That's especially for inland communities. By recess, you're warming up to the mid-70s. By the time you get home, upper 70s. It's going to be sunny for the afternoon for the most part. Here's our east-facing camera right now, looking at some of them cool clouds going on. A little bit of high cloud coverage and low marine layer clouds out there. It's 71 degrees for downtown San Diego. It does feel muggy. That heads up. If you're not feeling it inside your home, when you step outside, you'll likely feel it. And then look at this. Right here, visibility is dropping in Fallbrook and Ramona. So it looks like a little bit higher up in elevation you go. That's where you'll drive through those clouds. And that's also where there's that bit of saturation, a little mist and drizzle likely in the air. Monsoon moisture also in our forecast for this afternoon. Here's that mugginess. Relative humidity numbers are up there. And that's a look at your current conditions. I'll get into your afternoon highs coming up. Jenny, what's going on?
Well, good morning. Welcome to Monday. You know, we're lucky because it is still pretty quiet out there. I know a lot of people will be driving probably in a couple hours or in an hour or so to, bring their kids to school. The buses will be out. However, currently it is quiet. You can see the bridge itself, a little bit of volume right at that tail end, but currently crash free. To the South County, the North County quiet as well. Now, a little bit further north, Palo Mesa area, we're trying to recover because of an earlier crash. Now, this one happened on the southbound side of the 15, right near the 76. Crews are gone. Your lanes are open. However, you can see it is heavy there. We've got volume here 11 miles an hour, and this stretches back for about 6 miles before the 76. It does continue a little bit as well past the 76. And then as you kind of leave where that delay is, there is another crash here. This is southbound side right before that exit to Old Highway 395. This one, we do have crews on the scene. They're blocking your third lane. No updates on injuries. In that particular stretch of the 15, your travel times are okay. Quick check of the South County here. No major issues on the northbound 5 or the northbound 805.